my God, I've heard that word
He was
before.
gaslighting the whole situation. He was blaming her.
Yeah. And then, okay, now talk about the true villain. Shelby.
Lord have mercy.
How disappointing is that question?
Hey guys, welcome back to Human No Resource. I'm Uma.
Selma.
So, we finally have episode 12. The final episode for Love is Blind.
Eternal bliss.
Was it though? So the episode starts with a recap from previous episodes. The good, the bad, the ugly. Now, we were in a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Right?
Chelsea said, I do.
Yeah. And you know what? I threw popcorns at her.
Everybody was shouting through
this.
shouting through the TV, throwing popcorn, looking at her saying, is you mad?
Yeah.
Kwame's going to play you like a flute. Mm-hmm. But when we saw this episode.
Now, if you guys don't know yet, Kwame says yes too. And chuckled. I don't like, you know what? He played us. He played you guys. He played me. I thought he was going to say no.
I don't know if, it's two things. Either we failed reading signals,
No, we
cues,
didn't. No.
readings. Either we all got them wrong, or Kwame had some serious acting skills.
Mm-hmm. You know what? The reality is, even when he said yes, he was super uncomfortable.
Yeah, and there's even a moment on the scene, I'll post a clip, where she was just like something, she's looking at him like, oh, something like, I'm happy I'm married to you. And he was just like this,
tight.
and he was just like,
Let go.
My husband.
Yes,
I am.
your wife.
like, what is it, Kwame? You said yes, you said I do to her, like, Chelsea seems very happy about it.
She's thrilled. She's excited. She can't even let go.
Her blinders are like
Way off.
yeah, she don't see it. And Kwame is like, for me, I'm reading it like he's trying to prove us something.
He's in the moment, you know. I think he's not really thinking clearly, and he's not being real. He's not being truthful towards her. So, especially his sister. Even though some people say that might be not her real sister. I mean, his real sister.
Why am I getting a vibe that everybody's a paid actor there? So now we're looking at the relationship with Paul and Micah. Listen, Micah is doing a lot of atonement. I feel like she's realizing at the end of the day that the bad guys were not lasting. And then she's going to look really bad.
Yeah.
So she changed the tone of her beat. And now she's really in for it for the long run. And you can see she's, sitting there with her family and
Trying to
friends.
convince them that-
Trying to convince him that Paul is the right choice. Talking about like, oh, he's super educated. He's logical. Guys, he's just an environmental scientist.
And Shelby in the corner, you know.
We're going to recycle back at Shelby because God, she could be the true
God
villain.
bless her whole soul.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And she's really like worried about the family about not being convinced that she's making the right decision. Meanwhile, over at Paul's camp, he's sitting there with his friends and all of them are calm and tamed. And like one of the guys started asking him about
What?
is the relationship going to be sustainable?
I don't feel like that. No. Well, do you feel like that it's sustainable? Yeah, I can't say.
Yes, the relationship will have the 3 R's, okay? Reuse, reduce, recycle. Don't worry about it. It will be definitely sustainable.
Yeah, it's going to be
Like,
definitely sustainable.
talking about 2030 agenda. And
I'm just going to say one thing. Why is his friends are so concerned about his relationship with Micah where they had plenty of time to talk to him about it, but not like, 2 hours from the wedding?
yeah.
Yeah. So what
You
kind
know,
of friends he has?
even when his mama came, he told his mom, like, I don't have the right tools to make the right What?
She's like, follow your heart. And you know what?
Okay, and then his daddy came, and then he said the same thing too, and they were like, no, you're gonna know, guy, you're gonna know. But Micah was just, she was convinced.
She was in this.
She was in it. Her family is supporting her.
She's trying to
Her
convince
friends,
Shelby.
though, yeah. And so they ended up walking down the aisle, and they faced the pastor or the priest or whatever the one who's doing the officiator, right?
Paul had a wonderful, speech.
Yeah, wonderful speech. Paula, she had a wonderful
Micah,
speech as well.
it was all right.
And then after the officiator looked at Micah and said, do you want to take this guy? And Micah, with her street smart, see, that's something people don't give credit.
Yeah, she's
There's street smart, and then there is book smart, which allegedly Paul is all about. And she said, you go first, Paul. And Paul pulled the trigger. And he said, I love you so much, but we ain't ready to get married.
We.
And that
We're not getting married, or
shattered
you're not
her.
you're not ready.
I honestly believe that they were not going to get married, but I thought Micah was not going to get married as well. She didn't want to get married as well. But you can clearly see
she was in
wanted
this.
it. Yeah,
she was definitely.
And my heart ripped
She wanted
for
to
her.
marry that man.
Yeah, my heart ripped for her. But
And you know, the reality is, we haven't seen, like, Paul was hiding his emotions throughout the whole time. He wasn't transparent. He wasn't, you know, he never really, you know, he said this one thing that Micah doesn't really express her, you know,
she doesn't.
her feelings.
Yeah, she don't
But I would say Paul
reassured
too.
my love. And then he said something about like a negative feedback loop. I'm like, stop it. Oh my God, I've heard that word
He was
before.
gaslighting the whole situation. He was
Yeah.
blaming her.
Yeah, and then you know, okay, now talk about the true villain, Shelby.
I wish I was way drunker.
Relieved. Honestly, that's how I wanted it to go.
Shelby, be quiet. Be quiet.
She
And what
was
type
like,
of friend
thank
are you?
God.
She said, thank God. While Micah's running off crying, right? She didn't even let Paul finish. And you know what? Thank God. I would never let a guy finish what he has to say to me if
I
he
don't hear
rejects
about it.
me.
Yeah, if
No,
you reject me.
Excuse me, you think I'm gonna
Guys,
stand
if a guy
here?
rejects you.
She walked away. She ran
or
away.
vice versa, would y'all stay
No.
and take in all of it?
No. So these are the type of friends you need to watch out for, girls. Shelby, I believe she's the type of friend who doesn't want you to elevate, you know, have an interesting, vibrant, you know, lovely life.
Yeah, watch out for girls like that.
Yeah. She wants her to marry a guy who's like less than smart, you know?
Or it could be, my initial theory was Micah at the beginning of the relationship, guys, don't forget, you know, she even made a comment at the altar saying to me, the minute or the moment we decided to get together, I never looked back again. No, Micah, you were very shifty as well. You were Kwame this, Kwame that, and you're confusing everybody, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So we understand you changed up at the end, but I believe you brought that same energy to your friends, and you probably played it out as if Paul was a goof, okay? Because I remember during the
No.
hold on, let me work it out. Let me work it out. I remembered you played it out like you were so on your friend's side, and all your friends were like dropping that whole power onto Paul. So I just feel like they might have picked up that energy from you that Paul ain't the one. So they're just riding off of that. That was my working theory.
I would say-
but now that you're different, because I noticed it in the altar, she was convincing them he's good now, he's good now, he's the one now. It's like, okay, he's the good now.
No,
But-
well, there's one thing about Micah. She's a loyal chick, okay? She's loyal to her friend. So this newcomer, Paul, right? Even though she loves him, she claims to love him and all that. He, you know, he kind of dismissed Shelby a little bit, you know, saw her for what she is. And, you know, and nothing. She's like, well, you know what? You need to respect my friends and who they are and all that jazz, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, in the beginning, let's be real. Shelby was not having it. She saw Paul. She saw he was a good-looking lad. He's educated and all that. And she's like, I don't want my friend to be with a guy like that. She wants her friend to be with a guy who's less than smart, you know, butt on the barrel
Allegedly.
or whatever. You know
But
what?
don't forget
There's
what
one
Paul said
thing.
at the end.
No, there's one thing. Shelby did not chase after her friend quickly.
That's true.
Did not consult her, did not support her, did not say kind words. She just said, what did she say? You know what I mean? I wish I was drunk for this.
Yeah.
Like,
but
watch
fast
out
forward,
for girls like that.
Fast forward to what Paul said at the end, when he said he was not interested, he was not going to marry her. He said that there is something about Micah that's not the nurturing type. I couldn't see her as being a mother.
Wow, and that's insane. That's
Imagine
crazy.
you should have brought that up at the beginning.
Yeah.
But, you know,
To
they
be
said
honest,
no.
I see, you know, I would say it. I know you don't see it. I would say she does have a nurturing side about her.
Bring any evidence.
I think the fact that she, you know, maintained a friendship with her girlfriends.
That's not nurturing.
If there's some kind of, you know,
That ain't nurturing. That ain't nurturing.
dealing with their BS, even and what type of personality.
Maybe
they
if she
have,
had a
probably.
dog or a cat and she's like cuddling it and like making sure the kids, that's nurturing. But I got friends, I'm nurturing.
Probably okay, fine. Probably she's still young, but we will never know.
And now for this couple that y'all love so much, what's in the comment section is Tiffany and Brett. Yeah. Literally, these guys were tailored for each other. Brett is so certain about Tiffany. He's so calm about it. And he said he called her strong, independent. He hit her with the nurturing type. And she does come across as a nurturing type. All his friends are just, they have no doubts whatsoever about Tiffany, whether she's the right girl for him, and he as well. And he finally met Tiffany's parents.
Yeah, that was weird for me. you know?
Oh.
Probably they were traveling for the very first time.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, when he saw the dad, it was just it was magical. Like, it's like they understand each other. And he was just talking about Jordans, Air Jordan, stuff like that. And he finally said, listen, you have my blessing, period. Yeah. And Tiffany's parents and family and friends were all there. It was just magnificent.
And you know what's funny?
So
the producer were trying to deceive us. Let's be real.
Where do we go?
Because you know how many times Tiffany cries. She cries a lot.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna she was hiding a secret. I said, even if you checked our previous video, I'm like, is she hiding something?
Yeah, they made us doubt.
But no, she's just crying for happiness.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what to say.
And we got a moment to see Brett.
His aggressive side.
Yeah, put the brakes where he needed to put the brakes. He got a little bit angry or a little turnt when he realized his suit ain't suiting.
Would you be angry about that?
Well, on a special day like that, like I probably wouldn't win. If I was a bride, I would go off, of course, if my dress don't fit. But for a guy to go off like that, I think he is right. It's supposed to be a special moment in his life.
You can still get your thing tailored, but not be angry at your brother. His brother is trying to, calm him down and say, yo, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And he's like literally almost about to yell at his... He almost yelled at his brother. I'm like,
he was a little hot-tempered.
It was definitely a character that we did not see before.
Okay.
So I'm like...
You call that a red flag?
I think it could be a red flag.
He ain't marrying you anyways.
He's not. But guess who showed up? Marshall.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm super happy that he came.
Even Brett told him that you're such an important part of me and Tiffany's story. Their type of relationship, it's so genuine, it's authentic, it's unique. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unlike his friends, I think so.
Yeah, of course, his other friends could never relate to what Brett and Marshall went
through. Yeah,
yeah, it's a new friend that he definitely has for life.
Yeah,
yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna point out something, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna point it out, and I'm gonna make it clear.
I'm scared.
Now, our previous video, I said about the ring situation, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 So,
yeah.
Marshall asked for the ring, and but what we did not know was Love is Blind they're providing for these rings, okay? Now, if Love is Blind is providing for these rings, Marshall, why do you need a ring? Okay?
Why are you asking for the ring back?
And I heard the ring only cost for $3,000.
What in the cash grabs going on here?
Why do you want $3,000? Let Jacqueline or Jackie have that ring and pawn it. So she could buy Josh a new pair of shoes or clothes or whatever. It's her ring now. You know what? I recant my words before. I recanted. Yeah.
Anyways, so with the marriage basically between Brett and Tiffany, and listen, they both said I do. Especially the way they said it is one of them said that I absolutely, and the other one said most definitely. What is more to say? Like, they're meant for each other.
Being in a secured relationship, knowing that it's just going to thrive like that,
they're going to thrive. Yeah. I'll be curious to see after the altar what happens. And now for the last couple, Mr. and Mrs. Second Chance.
Yeah.
Zach and Bliss.
Definition of second chances.
Okay, listen, Zach, you start off the whole scene of them. You see Zach talking to his friends and bringing those sentimental moments again, talking about, listen, guys, if we connected on the owl, we connected on I Hope You Dance, which we eventually ended up hearing.
Yeah.
Such a nice song.
He does mention that, he hoped his mom was there.
Oh my God, that was so sad.
That was really sad.
And you see his grandma and you see his sister.
Yeah.
And then you go over to Bliss' family. Such a wholesome family. They're very supportive to her in every way. And I know where Bliss got the way she speaks. She literally got it from her mama. Mm-hmm. Her mom was like literally telling her, we all will be with you in every step you take. Oh my God. Bliss, you sound like your mama.
Yeah.
But they're a supportive family. They love her. Her dad, though, he keeps on repeating as they were standing, trying to walk the aisle. He was letting her know that, don't you ever settle.
I love you. Love you too.
Never settle, all right?
Not only that, he also said, like, oh, I'm tearing up. It's like, no, I'm not. Like, I don't know.
I think
he has a negative view about this whole thing.
Well, because the way Zach's portfolio came to him is that his baby girl was the second option. Now, any parent would get... I would get... My baby girl or my boy was second option. I say, what are you doing? Let's go. Mm-hmm. You ain't use. But listen, I think Zach and Bliss's relationship taught, I think me, give people, second chances are legit and are valid sometimes. So listen, they walk down the aisle.
But you know what? It's second chances with action. That's what I'm seeing. Because he repented. He said, I'm sorry. Yeah. he apologized, and and he's showing actions that I want you, I need you. Now this is what I have. This is my question.
Yeah, you remember the aisle when he was facing her and he said, "The moment I love you is when I lost you."
No, you did not. Remember?
And he said, "I felt alone."
No. Remember when she said, "You're going to regret this." And he said, "Oh, I know, I'm going to regret this." And you know what he did? He still continued with Ariana. And after he realized Ariana is, it starts with a T. But other than that, he realized, you know what? Sometimes I feel like he likes the idea of marriage. Zach, you like the idea of marriage because you're like there's one point where he's with his sister that he's like, "I'm happy that I'm getting a wife," or something like that.
Yeah, I'm happy that I'm
getting married.
And then, he's like, "I didn't expect marriage would take this long." And she said something. His grandma was like, "I never expected it would take this long for you too, but like, you're a great catch." But Bliss, listen, I'm Team Bliss.
Yeah.
Like, I really like the girl. Sometimes I feel like just throwing popcorn at her at Bliss, girl. I'll get you a better guy.
She always knew Zach was the one, and regardless about the situation, she's like, he's my man.
Yeah. And they do say I do, by the way, guys. They do say regardless of whatever calamity at this point that went through.
Yeah, they definitely say I do. And hopefully everything is smooth sailing.
And then they're definitely not going to go to Mexico for their honeymoon.
Definitely. But you know what? There's videos of Zach and he has a huge beard, a mustache. He grew his hair.
So?
He looked weathered. That's what I'm saying. So
Tell me he's stressing out. Well, it's not easy being a lawyer or an attorney.
So I'm wondering, was it smooth sailing? Or do they have issues in their marriage? I don't know.
I will be Team Bliss.
So that's our review for episode 12, season 4 for Love is Blind. You guys, please like and subscribe this video.
But before you guys leave, I'm going to leave you with a wholesome video. And you let us know if that's Alex or Kwame.
Or SK.
Oh.